Hello students, today we will discuss about the different parts of the plant that are roots, stem, leaf, flower, fruits and seeds. We all know that plants play a major role, yes, in our environment. That is, it is always said to grow more and more plants. The moment the population explosion is going on, we need more oxygen. है ना एक रूम में when we are closed what happens we feel congestion so when it is open there is air outside and why it is the air around us is through these plants, okay, and plants give us fresh air, that is the oxygen, which is our main what we say the lungs region, the lung region where we through which we breathe. So coming to the basic parts, we will just go through the different parts of the root, shoot, leaf, flowers, fruits, and seeds. Now, first tidbit that is given here in book is Brazil is named after a tree found in that country. You know that what is the tree name that is known as Pau Brazil. Brazil or a Brazil and nut, like we also say. So this name was given to it by the Brazil. Okay, chalo come to our main part. The parts can be divided into two groups, the root system and the shoot system. So the plants, these parts can be divided into two groups, root system and the shoot system. See, we say shoot up. तो क्या होता है? That gun shoots up, okay, and that is against our action. So when the plant grow against the gravity means against the ground region, itna aap yaad rakhiye. So that is the shoot which grows above the ground, okay, and the root system that grows below the ground. Okay, from here we can very much see that the thing which grows below the ground is called as root system, and the system that grows above the ground is called as the shoot system. Two things clear from here. If someone asks you what are the different parts of the plant, the two different parts of the plant, it is divided into two systems, root system, shoot system. Root system which is below the ground, okay, and shoot system is above the ground. Now we all know, we have seen the plant where what we see when the plant above the ground, we see the different parts of the plant also. See here, it's given in your book. We see the leaf, especially the stem, then leaf, then flowers above the ground, then fruit above the ground. Yes, and root we always you see the branches of different roots here. So now coming to the different, just go through this parts of plant. Even important है आपको. You should know the different. It can be given in your label diagram to label these flower, leaf, and root. Now coming to this root part. Now we all know the root is growing below the ground. So if almost all the plants grow below the ground, root, now types of root. What are the different types of root? See, one is the tap root. Tap name से it is clear. Tap कैसा होता है हमारा? Tap means pipeline होती है इस तरह से. Yes, and then we get the water from that particular tap. So same here, tap root means the strong, one single strong tap like pipe will be there. It might be rounded form, देखो इस तरह से. It might be a strong like this radish and carrots. Okay, so tap means a tap root system from which small branches grow from their sides. But the basic part is the tap wala part, okay, which grows down inside the ground. So that is called as the tap root. And fibrous means fibers we all know. Cotton देखा है कितने सारे fibers से बनाता है. The bunches. Okay, these are the bunches of the roots. So the bunches is called as the fibrous roots. So, and it is also very much clear, like later on you will read in your classes, the fibrous one are the monocot type of stems. And this is The taproot is the characteristic of the dicot. Di means two, mono means single. I'll let you know what does it mean in later. Now here, the two type of root system is there. One is the taproot, which consists of a single thick root from which all the small roots grow and branch out. Example, we should always know whenever asked, carrot, beans, hibiscus, mustard. Carrot to हमें पता है ना, हमें radish भी पता है. You can just keep it in your mind the examples through which we can understand and we can write the explanation. Then comes the fibrous roots. It is a bunch of very fine and bushy roots. Okay. So for example, हमारा onion का, wheat, maize, grass have fibrous roots. Whenever you can see in your garden also or wherever the grass is grown, see and just pull that particular grass out. You will see this branches over here. So this is the fibrous root. So one main question arises from here. Write the two types of root system. What are they? Tap and fibrous roots. Tap means a single root, thick root with the small branches around, and fibrous means bunch of very fine bushy roots. Okay, and together with that, write and keep in your mind the example, that is radish, carrot, and fibrous is the onion, maize. सबसे पहले और कुछ नहीं आया तो grass है. Okay, so now what is the function of root? ये water ये ground के अंदर जाके क्या कर रहे हैं? This help. सबसे पहले क्या कर रहे हैं? सबसे पहले they are fixing the plant. They are giving strength to plant to grow. Because whenever we put something on the ground, इस तरह से कोई stick भी अगर हम ground में डालेंगे, we put mud around it. Yes. Why? So that it gets stiffer on ground. It gets stand on the particular place. So same here, these root help them to strength or they keep them fixed at that particular soil. Second is what they help do. What is the main function? They help the plant to grow by absorbing water around. You know, when you see different, the desert plants, we say the desert plant, the roots are very much growing inside the ground. Why? In search of the water. Okay, so they are very long. Some roots are very long. Where there's no water, the tree has to go very much root so that they can find the absorb the water. They store food in roots like carrot, radish, turnip, that we eat as a vegetables. Is tarah se. Is also a stored food. Okay, so because we eat them. So what are the function of roots? Fixing, absorbing water, and if they act as a storing food like carrot and radish. The three basic two questions clear from here. Now coming to the stem region. Now what is the stem function over here? The stem is the part of a plant that grows above the ground. नई चीज पढ़ ली है, that grows above the ground. अब इस above the ground में कौन कौन से parts हुए? They are the leaves, the flower, the fruits. Okay. Now we all see that the stems, different type of stems we can see around. We see some kind of a thick stems. Now when the thick stem is there, सबसे पहले तो हम पढ़ते हैं ना छोटे-छोटे flowering plants होते हैं. They are called as shrubs. उससे छोटे होते हैं वो herbs होते हैं, जिस तरह से पुदीना लगा होता है आपके आसपास में, है ना? Then we can also see some of the money plants. इस तरह से climbers होते हैं. Yes, they need support of anything or a wall or a stick. So what happens? These stems have their characteristic feature. Now, if the stems are thick and strong in big trees, they are called as trunks. You have seen the logs of wood, and they have certain rings. This represents the age of the plant. Okay, this is something I'm telling you. When you see the log, see the rings which are formed on that particular logs. Log means logs of wood. जो काटे हुए लकड़ी होता है उसको आपने देखना, they have rings, and that rings describe the age of that particular plant. The trunks जिसके बहुत बड़े बड़े. So and some of the plants like coriander, आपके यहाँ पे लगा होगा, धनिया जिसको हम बोलते हैं, mint, this पुदीना, they are green stems. They are very small. Okay, the herbs one. बड़े छोटे-छोटे से हैं. Other like rose flowers के आप देखना, marigold, they have a woody stem. Okay, in plants like bean plant and grapevine, the stems are thin and weaker. These plants grow on the ground and take the support of the other plants to climb up. Okay, Now, what are the function of stems? We all know that the stem bears what? The stem bears the leaves, flowers, fruits. Then they also carry what? Water. ये एक important part है इसका. What is the main function of it? It carries the water and other useful substances from roots to the leaves. They carry food prepared by the leaves to other parts of the plant. Now they store the food in stem like sugarcane. Sugarcane खाते हैं ना, as well as underground stems are potato and ginger. These are the modification of the stem. This I have shown you in the previous diagram. Also see here. These are the modification of stem. These are called as stem. These are not called as roots. Potatoes, राईदून, काइलोकासिया जिसको हम अरबी बोलते हैं, onion. Okay, these are the stored stem part. You are eating the stem part. Okay, till here I think so nothing. Roots में आपने ये ध्यान रखना है. Roots absorb the water from the soil. Stem transfer that particular water throughout the plant. They carry the water from the roots as well as they carry the food prepared by the leaves to different parts of the plant. Now coming to the leaves. Leaves का क्या काम है भाई? Leaves are the basic factories of the green plants. एक बड़ा अच्छा सा क्वेश्चन आ जाता है. Who are the factories of the which are acting as the factories for the green plants? They are the leaves. Now they have different shapes and sizes. अब factories क्यों बोलते हैं भाई? Because they make the food or they prepare the food. How they prepare the food? They have certain presence of certain pigments, or we can say substances which is called as chlorophyll. ये important है जी. These green colored leaves have the chlorophyll in them, which is important to prepare food. ये आपका एक basic question है. The color of the leaf is due to the presence of substance that is chlorophyll, which absorbs light. See, which will absorb light and prepare food. Now, just coming to the major parts of the flatter surface. इस तरह से जो flat surface है ना इसका, this is the flat surface. This is the flat surface. This is the flat. This is called as the leaf blade. Diagram हमें पता होना चाहिए. Then the main vein. Okay, this is called as in between. This is called as the midrib. This is called as the midrib. Here, now you can see thin lines also here. These are the veins. हमारे में veins होते हैं ना, hands में देखो आपके बहुत blue कलर की इस तरह से pipes दिख रही हैं, छोटी-छोटी that are called as the veins. So here in the leaves, these are called as the thin veins. In between is the midrib, and from which it attaches with the main stem. This is called as the petiole. Okay, you should all know this because it can be also asked in a label form or in another way. Leaves are usually green and flat. Why they are green? You should know due to the presence of the substance or the pigment which is called as chlorophyll, which absorbs light. Okay, the petiole attaches the leaf to the stem. Main part patao, just keep in mind the diagram of a leaf. A diagram of a leaf which has midrib, which has vein, which has petiole. Okay, and a leaf blade. So leaf have many tiny openings which is called as stomata. It is a microscopic structure. वो आपको नहीं दिखता है. इस तरह से छोटे-छोटे cells होते हैं जो हम microscope से देखते हैं, जैसे हमारे राजमा beans होते हैं ना वैसे. And they have pores like this, from which actually they allow the water and air to enter into the leaves. ऐसे leaves में बहुत सारे structures होते हैं छोटे-छोटे. So the outer surface of the leaf have a waxy coating called cuticle, which protects the leaf. You know, ये आपको कब पता चलेगा? Whenever you keep the leaf in between your books or certain papers, after some days, just see this all layer will vanish away. You'll see just a skeleton of the leaf. इस तरह से आपको सिर्फ skeleton दिखेगा, जिसमें main parts आपको दिख जाएंगे, because the waxy layer get dissolved. Okay, so this was the what are leaves. Leaves are the factories. They have different types of shapes of leaf. The main structure of leaf consists of the flatter portion. ये भी अच्छा question है. What is the flat surface of the leaf called? That is the leaf blade. The petiole helps them to attach to the different stem. vein is the different veins which is lying on the leaf, and midrib, the main rib in between, okay, which crosses, which is present at the center is the midrib region. So this is the about the leaf. अब हम पढ़ते हैं इसकी function के बारे में. What is the function of leaf? अभी हमने पढ़ा that green leaf prepare food in the presence of the sunlight, water and air. This process is called as photosynthesis. ये important हो गया. क्या होता है photosynthesis? Photo means light. Okay, synthesis मतलब बनाना. Photo means light. Synthesis मतलब बनाना. Means it need a sunlight to prepare the food. So green leaves prepare food in presence of sunlight. Water तो चाहिए भाई, food से जो आएगा, as well as the air. So this process is called as photosynthesis. Leaves give out oxygen during photosynthesis, which is essential for life. We all know this. Some plants such as cactus देखा है आपने, green in color, but they have spines. See, protect themselves. Spines क्यों दिए भगवान ने? To protect it. Okay, to protect themselves. So cactus store water in the leaves. While some plant like spinach and lettuce, पालक देखा है आपने? Okay, इस तरह से पालक के leaves, we eat it. That the store food, green in color. देखिएगा. Okay, so these are the main functions of the leaves. Root में भी यही है. The one which are stored act as a food. Leaf roots leaf stem में भी यही है, which are acting as a food storage. Basic तो एक तो सब में function हो गया. दूसरा हमें बोलते हैं root absorb the water. Okay, stem क्या करता है? उस water को different parts of the plants लेके जाता है. Leaves क्या करता है? खाना बनाता है. और stem उसका क्या काम करेगा? उस खाने को पूरी बॉडी में, प्लांट की बॉडी को ट्रांसपोर्ट करेगा. ओके, सो फंक्शन ऑफ रूट कौन कौन से होंगे? एब्जॉर्ब वाटर सबसे बड़ा. देन इट आल्सो एक्ट एज अ स्टोर फूड. कौन कौन से? रेडिश, कैरेट. ओके, देन स्टेम के फंक्शन हम कर लेते हैं. स्टेम का क्या होगा? दे ट्रांसपोर्ट द water from where? From root to different parts of the plant. As well as from leaf also, जो खाना बनाता है. ओके, फैक्ट्री है, वो वहां से भी फूड को different parts of plant में distribute करेगा. Then stem also act as a stored food. Okay, which we eat like potatoes, ginger, okay, onion. ये हो गया. Then leaves के बारे में हम आ जाते हैं. Leaves act as a factory, food factory है ये. Then it is prepares its food by the process which is known as photosynthesis. Photo means light, so green leaves need light to prepare food. That process is called as photosynthesis. Then leaves give out oxygen during photosynthesis, and they also act as the storing organ or the store water. Okay, these are the basic functions. Outline thoda dhyan rakho, rest you can write in your language. Now what is there? The bunch of fine and bushy roots. Fibrous root हमें पता है. Thick and strong stems are called as trunk. The flat surface of the leaf is called as the blade. See, ये है flat surface. The main vein at the center, ये center की main rib है, that is called as the midrib. Now coming to the flower section, the main attractive part of the plant, that is the flower. Flower have usually brightly colored flowers. Some smells good, okay, and some are of bad odor. Now actually these are all adaptations of the environment. Okay, when they are sweet in smell, it means that they are attracting different birds and the bees. And when it is odd in smell, it means that they are acting as a parasite. ये भी एक adaptive है भाई, environment में रहने के लिए. All have been given different adaptive strategies. सबको अलग अलग जीने के लिए अपना सहारा चाहिए. तो same as that, most flowers grown into fruits. Yes, so flowers are important for the plant as they help them to reproduce. Why they're important? Because they help it to reproduce. Now, cauliflower and broccoli, we all have it in this. So, cauliflower and broccoli are the example of flower that store food. See, देखो, flower भी ऐसा आ गया. हमारे पास में root भी ऐसा था, store कर रहा था, leaf भी ऐसा था, stem भी था. Here, flower also acting as a store food. That is the cauliflower and the broccoli. Till here, what is about the flower? Important thing that flower produce the brightly colored flowers that that smells good, and why they are attractive. Why their color is bright? Because they need to attract the birds and the bees. Then coming to the fruit section. After the flower gets rid of, we get the fruits or the seed part. Fruits are soft and fleshy covering that contains and protects the seed. कभी भी आपने फ्रूट कोई खाया होगा, you are eating any fruit like apple, उसके seeds का होता है in between. Yes. इस तरह से. Then if you are eating papaya, see here, many seeds are there in between. If you are eating peach, a single seed is there in between. So what is there? The fruit are soft and fleshy covering. What we eat, the pulp region, and which protects the seed. Mango and plum are the fruits that have a single seed. Yes. And apples and oranges have few seeds. While papaya and watermelon have many seeds. So according to the, according to the seeds also, they have been labeled or they have been given different names. But you will study this in the higher classes. Then coming to the seeds. After the flower, after the fruit, we come to the seed. जो एक्चुअली प्रोटेक्टिव है, उसको कवर किया गया फ्रूट ने. Okay, and according to the proper condition, that seed will grow out. Whenever whatever you eat, just keep that seeds, let them dry, and then you grow. They will all grow. If they get a better environment, they get better proper air, they will all grow into a plant. Every seed is a tiny plant waiting for the right condition to make it grow. Yes, what I am saying to you. Seeds get carried away from one place to another by different means. जिसको हम process को later on हम बताएंगे. We will read they can move from one place to another by these sources. Then some seeds grow in pods such as beans and peas. Pods होते हैं ना इस तरह से, मटर जिसको हम बोल रहे हैं, covering होती है. Same as beans भी ऐसी तरह से होते हैं. Wheat, rice, and corn are some seeds that are edible, and seed as spices such as mustard and black pepper. Black pepper भी देखा छोटे छोटे pods में होते हैं इस तरह से. Black pepper. Then we have seen the corn seed. इस तरह से होता है corn seed, triangular in shape. अब देखो सबसे important क्या है seed? What we have to see? We have to see the shape of the seed, how they are protected, and different parts of that particular seed, which is actually taken into account. Now, what is important to read over here, that some seeds grow in pods. Example पता होने चाहिए में beans and peas. Then which are edible one, and what are the spices, name of the spices. Then coming to the structure of seeds. Seed का structure हमें पता होना चाहिए. They have three main parts. First is the seed coat. See, I have given you this one diagram of this monocot and the dicot. First is just go through the seed coat. Coat भाई क्या करता है? What is the coat? Which protects it. So first the main part is the seed coat. Second is the cotyledon. This is the cotyledon. What is the cotyledon? Cotyledon is actually the leaf part. Okay, leaf का क्या काम क्या होता है? Storage करने का. Okay, उसको खाना देने का या जो act करेगा उसको food देने का. And other is the embryo. Embryo means where the baby plant will grow from. Okay, ये जो part है. Now the part of seeds here, ये important question है आपका. Seed coat. It is the outermost hard covering which protects the seed. Simple as that. Embryo baby plant, it develops into a plant with an upward growing shoot. हमें पता है up ऊपर कौन grow करेगा, that is shoot, and downward growing root. And what is a cotyledon? Cotyledon यानी कि कोटी, उसको कौन खाना देगा? It is known as the seed leaf and contains the food stored for the baby plant. ये important. Which parts get stored food for the baby plant? That is the cotyledon. So ये आपका main question हो गया one. What is the structure of the seed here? Structure of the seed consists of seed coat. There is the seed coat. अब सीड कोट का काम क्या है, वी ऑल नो, उसको याद रखो, कोट प्रोटेक्ट्स द सीड. Then we have cotyledon. Cotyledon is the seed leaf which give food to the growing baby plant, and then is the embryo from which the shoot will grow up and the root will grow down. This radicle जो है ना बेटा, radicle is the root that will form the root, and one is the epicotyl, या फिर इसको हम बोलते हैं plumule भी बोलते हैं, which is not given here, which goes into a stem region. Okay. So I think so it is clear from here. And one more thing, I'll just describe you here only. If you are reading with the type of seed, if the seed is single, okay, here the seed is single, है ना, एक ही seed है ना, जैसे हम कॉर्न का seed देखते हैं, it's a single seed होता है ना, जो मक्की का दाना होता है, that मक्की, the single seed is called as the monocot. Mono means single. Single cot है, cot का cotyledon हो रहा है ना, single cot is the monocot seed. And which are having die means दो cot, two parts. Die means two, like in beans, like in grams, like in pulses, two parts हो जाते हैं ना seed के. It means whenever the plant will go, it will grow from the embryo in between part, and they have two food storage वाला जो उसको देगा. And monocot में single cotyledon होगा जो उसको खाना देगा, like wheat भी है ना. So just go through this. What are the different type of seed also? I'll just go through this. See, here are the kinds of seeds. Depending on the number of, ये आपको important है कि how you will distribute or you will depend upon the number of cotyledons. That is the seed leaves. That cell seeds are divided into monocot and the dicot. And we should know the example also. Monocot seeds have only one cotyledon. See it. One, like wheat, mango, rice. Means एक ही seed है इसके पास में, इस तरह से wheat का दाना होता है ना, इस तरह से, तो एक ही one seed is only there. And the dicot have two seeds. अगर चने का देखोगे आप दाना, इस तरह से होगा, which is divided like this. Okay, so these is divided into two, gram, pea, bean. So this is the monocot and dicot, and it is also important. Now coming to the process of germination. How? Whenever you grow a seed into a ground, dry up seed होगा ground के अंदर, under the certain conditions, good conditions it needs water, it needs minerals, it needs a damp area till it grows. The seed get moistened up. The seed produces a baby plant, which is called as germination. The process, the important here, the process by which the seed produces a baby plant is called as germination. When a seed is soaked in water, it swells up. Just take few seeds of your chana dal हो गया, not chana dal, the chana itself, उसको हम gram बोलते हैं. Take moong bean, okay, and then soak in water. When you soak in water, कोई भी दाल को when you soak in water, it gets swells up, है ना. उसके अंदर process एक चलता है और जो आप read करेंगे later on in classes osmosis, where the water enters into it and this particular layer will swell up. Means now it is ready to grow. Matar ho gaya, okay. So when it start growing, it will leave the outer covering. Whenever you start eating the sprouts, उसको certain time तक उसको और आप damp area में रखते हैं, the sprouts grow up. So what is there? The sprouts are very much nutritive in nature. हम बोलते हैं ना. So that splits the seed coat and they start growing. The root and the stem region start growing here. Now here, when the warmth speeds up the process of germination. The warm temperature speeds up the process of germination. So this way the seed are grown. In the beginning, the seed grows using the food stored in the cotyledon. हम बोलते हैं the cotyledon is the cotyledon क्या है? उसका leaf की तरह काम कर रहा है, जो उसे खाना दे रहा है. ठीक है? These are the cotyledons. In between, it will do help till the plant will grow its leaf. अब हमें पता है leaf is also a food factory. Means after the leaf grows, means the shoot is growing and the leaf grows from the particular seed, it will get shed off. ये cotyledon जो है ये dry up हो गए, remove हो जाता है. Okay, because the roots are also grown, the plant is now able to grow, leaf is there, leaf will what do? We will make there or prepare the food with the help of the sunlight by the process of photosynthesis. So in the beginning, the seed grows using the food stored in the cotyledon. Water mixes with the stored food and changes into paste-like mass, and the baby plant uses food as it grows. One part of the baby plant grow downwards, हम बोल रहे हैं उसको root है, और जो upward जाएगा, that is the stem. Now, when the leaves come out, the plant begin to make their own food, and the cotyledon shrivel and falls off. This process I have explained to you over here. If you want to write in your own words, you can write it instead of writing this whole paragraph. Now, what are the seeds need proper space to grow into healthy plant? कभी भी कोई बहुत सारे seeds को आप एक साथ grow करना, only few of them will be able to grow because they all will struggle what for water, for food, for the proper temperature. Okay, so we should grow the leaf, or you would have seen in the field also, they grow at a particular distance between the particular seeds so that they can grow properly and they do not have any kind of a disease also. So this is the, see, papaya is a fruit with many seeds, है ना? बहुत सारे छोटे-छोटे seeds होते हैं उसमें. The baby plant inside the seed is called as the embryo. Baby plant को जो बोलते हैं हम, inside the seed होता है उसको बोलते हैं हम embryo. The seed coat protects the baby plant inside the seed, है ना? Provide food to baby plant कौन होता है? That is the cotyledons, because cotyledon act as a leaf. As leaf gives the food to plant, so embryo में कौन करेगा? That is the cotyledon. Flowers help the plant to reproduce through proper air and water. Flowers help the plant to reproduce through the water and air. If proper proper temperature is given to them, they will reproduce the what? They will reproduce the seed, fruit, through which we get the plant. See here, it will be given here. The most flowers grow into a fruits, and the fruit are important in the plant as they help it to reproduce. So most of the flowers, they grow into the fruits. Now, how do you care for your plants? If you have in your, till now, just see how many plants you have grown in your community or in your garden. Because the more plant you will grow, the more oxygen you will get in your environment, the more fresh air will be there, the more insect will be there, so that they will help and also grow some of the repellent of the plant, that are money plant, that are many of the other plants which are growing over here. Plants are life. What is there? Every living being depends on the plants directly or indirectly. They also help in keep the well-lit area airy. Whenever you have a, there has to be proper ventilation inside a room. And this is by these ventilators, by the plants going out. Okay, a proper sunlight should be there when you're keeping the indoor plants also. There should be proper ventilation in the room, as well as they should also be given sometimes should be exposed to the sunlight. Because why it should be exposed to sunlight? Because they have the cells which prepare food. Little more sunlight comes in the room, but sometimes they need to give this proper sunlight. Our body also needs sunlight. We should take a proper sunlight in the morning so that our tissues, our body, our bones, the muscles get a proper vitamin. What we get? Vitamin D from it, from the sunlight. So it is not that you whole day you move out of it. At a certain time from the morning time till the 10 or 11, we have in our Hindi region, we have a very fresh air in the morning. So till the 10 and 11, we have certain good sun rays which we can absorb and which are rich in vitamin D. So we should all take which are good for the bones, which are good for the, the old age persons have the problem in their bones. Nowadays, the younger ones also have. So it is better to go for a walk in the morning, sit in the sunlight, have some kind of a absorption of the sunlight from your body. And don't sit in very much of the high range of the sunlight, because this can also cause you different rashes as well as allergies. So just take proper care and take sunlight as well, which is very important nowadays. We are all habit of sitting in the room, andar hi andar rehna hai, no exposure. Play outside sometimes in the evening time. Have exposed to the physical activity as well as help to grow your body with the sweat, as well as you will grow healthy from inside. So manure should be mixed with the soil at regular intervals. Like hame khane ke liye what we need milk, we need food. So plant also need a proper minerals, okay, with the soil so that they can grow properly. The plant should be watered from time to time. Of course, they all need water. Then weeds should be removed regularly and plants should be protected from the weeds are the unwanted plants. Whenever you grow a plant, dekhna, jab tak whenever you are giving the proper manure and everything, small roots and unwanted plants grow around that particular plant. What are they? These are called as the weed. जिसको हम हिंदी में खरपतवार भी बोलते हैं. So this should be removed and in जो भी fields बहुत बड़े बड़े grains के fields रखते हैं या wheat के fields होते हैं, they use the pesticides or weedicides to remove that particular weeds. So this way we can take care of the plants, grow more plants, because at certain time of age you will see that plant growing. You will love the plant grow, especially the ones which are trees in nature. So this way we can go through the care of plants and how important the plants play in our environment. So this is what our plant is, what we have read about the this chapter. So if you like it, if you need some more explanation, you can give me in the comment region. And thank you for your liking before also in the chapter.